And welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We'll talk Browns and NFL football and NFL draft, Cavs and NBA basketball, traveling Major League Baseball. We will not have, I did not have time to do a great moment in sports history for today, but I will have one for you tomorrow on my podcast tomorrow, so you'll have to stay tuned for that for tomorrow. But you will have right now, here's today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the first rookie QB to surpass 3,000 passing yards and throw fewer than 5 interceptions? I will have the answer later on the broadcast. Many draft, we are 2 weeks away now, actually 1 week away from the NFL draft, That will start on Thursday, April 25th. Many draft experts are expecting the Cleveland Browns to go after a defensive back when they make their first selection at number 49 overall in the upcoming 2019 NFL Draft. Now, ESPN analyst Todd McShay can be added to the list of people who believe this is the direction the improving franchise should go. In a recently released 3-round mock draft by McShay, he has the Browns taking Michigan State cornerback Justin Layne with their second-round pick. Layne has been a popular choice in many mocks due to him being a fit in defensive coordinator Steve Wilks' scheme. Wilks prefers corners who offer plenty of length to frustrate opposing receivers. That's very true. Which is one of Layne's best assets. The 6'2", 192 pounds Layne is able to use his size and plays physically in press coverage. And he's also a player who really wants to land with the Browns. The Cleveland native has said more than once that he would love to come home and be a part of the rebuild that is happening in the land. McShay then goes to the other side of the line of scrimmage with the Browns' third-round pick at number 80 overall. The analyst takes Michael Jordan, the Ohio State guard. Jordan has experience at both guard and center, which helps the Browns in more way than one in more than one area. One is he can give them some competition at right guard following their trade of Kevin Zettler. That job to be Austin Corbett's to lose, but making him fight for it is a good thing. 2 is Jordan offers a player capable of backing up J.C. Tretter at center, which is definitely a need, and that is for sure. Now, out of the 2 picks, the Jordan one seems a little high, and I can agree with that. He could likely be around in the 4th, and there may be more pressing needs to target with their 3rd-round selection than a player who most likely becomes a backup. We'll see what all happens when the real NFL draft begins on Thursday, April 25th, and we'll run through the 27th of April. I will have a very special 2019 NFL Draft edition of Scott Sports 101, beginning on Thursday, April 25th, with round 1 of the NFL Draft. And I will be on location for that podcast from the Murphy House, the home of my friends, Matt and Katie Murphy, and their sons, Gavin and Noah. And my special guest joining me for that podcast that night on April 25th will be my really good friend, who's one of my best friends, Matt Murphy. And we'll break down who we think that all the teams are going to take in the first round. We know that not all teams have picks in the first round, but we'll break down to see what the teams are going to take in the first round and who the Browns are going to take with number 49 in the second round and number 8 in the third round. And I know they have picks in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, and we'll see who they take in those rounds. And I'll have a podcast for rounds 2, 3, and 4 on Friday and 5, 6, and 7 on Saturday. And leading up to, and I have recaps for the drafts all 3 nights. And that will lead up to pick number 254, Mr. Irrelevant. And then on Sunday, April 28th, I will have a complete recap of the NFL draft. And joining me, my special guest joining me for that podcast will be my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle, and his cousin, Aaron Hoyle. And we'll break down the entire NFL draft. And we'll give you what we think of who the Browns took in the NFL draft and all that. And we'll give our thoughts on how we felt about it and what we feel is going to happen this upcoming season. So I'm really looking forward to it. So join me for that because I'm excited about it. The NFL will be announcing the official regular season schedule for the Cleveland Browns and the 31 other teams in the next week or so. But Odell Beckham Jr. said he has already seen the schedule and knows who the Browns will be playing in their regular season opener. Beckham hinted that the Browns will be opening the regular season on the road against the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. Now, keep this in mind. If Beckham is correct and the Browns do play the Jets week 1 as the NFL celebrates its 100th season, and the game would commemorate the 50th anniversary of Monday Night Football when the Browns and Jets played in the first Monday night game 50 years ago. And if this game / week 1 matchup does happen, the Browns will be back on Monday Night Football for the first time in 16 years since 2003. So I'll keep you posted on that, and I'll let you know if that is for sure. Because it would be a fun game to see, and if that does happen, I'm hoping that the Browns can win on Monday Night Football and start out 1-0 for the first time in a long time, since 2002. Because that's the last time that we did start out 1-0. The Cavs have lined up their first coaching interview as they are set to meet with Dallas Mavericks assistant Jamal Mosley sometime in Cleveland this week. League sources told Cleveland.com. Along with Mosley, the Cavs are interested in Miami Heat assistant Juwan Howard. However, the Cavs were still working to finalize the details of that meeting late Sunday afternoon. Howard has had 46 assistant coaching positions since 2013. And Mosley wrapped up his 5th season with the Dallas Mavericks, capping his 5th season as well. And he's been an assistant with them and has seen the Mavericks go through a lot. And so we'll see what happens with these coaching positions and how this all. You got to make sure you know it's the right fit for them because they're trying to take the team, in a different direction. Well, we'll get to the Tribe and Major League Baseball in just a moment. But first, it is now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the first rookie QB to surpass 3,500 passing yards and throw fewer than 5 interceptions? And if you said Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, you are correct. In 2016, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott became the only second player and first rookie in NFL history to surpass 3,500 passing yards and throw fewer than 5 interceptions in one season. The only other person to do so is Patriots quarterback Tom Brady. I have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Now, the Tribe lost and were swept by the Kansas City Royals 9-8 at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri today. Corey Kluber was on the hill for the Tribe today. Kluber went 2 innings, giving up 6 hits and 6 earned runs and striking out 4 batters. Francona had to go to his bullpen early, and the bullpen did all right. They didn't do too bad, but it was an 8-5 lead at the end of the 6th inning, and the Tribe scored 3 runs in the top half of the 7th, and the game was tied at 8 apiece. But in the 9th, Brad Hand came on and gave up the go-ahead winning run as the Royals get the sweep of the Tribe by the final of 9-8. KC goes to 5-10, and the Tribe falls to 8-7, and they are tied with the Tigers for second place, as the Minnesota Twins are now in first place with a record of 8-4. Both the Tribe and Tigers are both 8-7. The Tribe will regroup and try to snap their 3-game losing skid tomorrow, as the Tribe will head to the West Coast and begin a 3-game set with the Seattle Mariners at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Trevor Bauer will be on the mound for the Hill for the Tribe with a record of 1-1, and Yusei Kikuchi on the Hill for the Mariners, and Kikuchi will try to get his first win of the season. First pitch at 10:10 p.m. on Sports Time Ohio, and its reason for that being a late game is because it is on the West Coast. Now, it's now time for my final thoughts, and I really hope that the Browns do play the Jets on Monday Night Football, because that would really be a fun game to see, and it would get the Browns back on Monday Night Football for the first time in 16 years since 2003, and I feel the Browns are ready for primetime football, and they're going to think of quite a few primetime games this upcoming season. I know that I really feel that the Browns are going to make the playoffs this year, and I really feel wholeheartedly about that, and I think they're going to win quite a few games this year. So let's hope that the Browns and we'll see what the Browns do for this upcoming season, because I think it's going to be a great year, and we'll see what happens. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast tomorrow, and hopefully I will have a great moment in sports history for that one tomorrow. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.